I want to talk about love. It has been on my heart, and it is all about the mission of your unity.
I use the word unity is embracing where you are about and community around you.
And so my point of departure is always stems from my faith.
Whatever's going to happen, God's people are going to be all right. And I want us to pause and just reflect on that one thing, that word love. It's 4 letters, such a short word, but it means so much.
And that energy naturally exudes,
Yes.
and people are attracted to those things.
It's just another moment for creative thought, and I think that has to be put out there for people to understand.
We can't control the whole world, but we can control ourselves. If each of us chooses love and unity in our own lives, the ripple effect can heal communities, cities, and nations. Welcome, everyone, to Our Unity, a show that wishes to spread a spirit of peace and love in the world, one conversation at a time. We want to encourage you to love on those in your life, all of your family, all of your friends. While they are here, please love on them deeply. And for those that you've lost, let's ensure that we just honor their legacy by what we do, how we live, how we speak, how we treat one another. It is so important that people feel the love that you have for them while they're still here. But it is also important that while they're gone, and if they're gone, that you make sure that you're living your life in a way that's going to honor them here on earth. I am your host, LaShawn Walker. I'd like to welcome you in. Please like, share, and follow, and let everyone know that we're on right now. How are you guys doing? It's been some time since I've seen you, and I honestly, truly miss you. We are in a new month. We've been celebrating quite a few things, and I just wanted to catch you guys up on everything that's been happening in my world. Well, you know, as I mentioned, it is a new month, and we just celebrated 250 years of America. As America celebrates these 250 years, we honor not only our nation's history, but the enduring ideals of freedom, courage, resilience, and hope. This milestone invites us to reflect on where we've been, appreciate how far we've come, and recommit ourselves to building a future rooted in unity, respect, opportunity, and love for one another. So let's all continue, I hope and pray, to keep striving to become a nation where our differences strengthen us and our shared humanity brings us together. I just want to say happy 250 years to America. So as I mentioned, it's been a while since I've seen you guys, and you know, there's a lot been going on. I know you guys are enjoying the summer. The kids are out. They are now on vacation. I'm sure a lot of you guys are traveling. I wanted to do some of that myself, actually. You know, it's been very, very hot here in New York City, and I wanted to go somewhere where it was a little cooler. I don't know where exactly that would be because it is summertime kind of all around the world, but I wanted to get somewhere where it was a little bit cooler than it was here. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to get away, but I did get an opportunity, you know, to spend some time with my family and friends. And the reason why I was able to do that was, unfortunately, I'm going to bring you into my life, and I'm going to try to get through this conversation without any tears today. But I experienced a devastating loss the last couple of weeks. My amazing brother, who I've shared conversations about him with you guys and shared a little peek into my childhood with my brother with you guys. He passed away on June 13th. My brother was an amazing, amazing man, and I'm very much going to miss him deeply. And just recently, we had to celebrate him, celebrate his life, celebrate his journey, celebrate all that he's done for everyone that he's had in his life. My brother made such an impact on so many people. He was an amazing brother. We were connected at the hip, literally up until 7th or 8th grade, because we're literally only 10 months apart. I'm born in January and my brother's born in November. And he was just shy a few months of his 56th birthday. I literally spoke to him recently because my father also passed away at 56 years old of a massive heart attack. And I said to him in April when he helped me with my prom giveaway that, you know, we need to make sure that we take care of ourselves. We're getting older. We're not those youths like we were from the past, and we're not invincible. We must make sure that we take care of ourselves. And I made sure that I told him, you know, we want to live very, very, very long lives. And the only way that we can do that is to ensure that we take care of ourselves, that we go to the doctor, we get our checkups, we eat right, we get rid of the smoking and the drinking of our past, and we make sure that we're also connected to God. We get a prayer life, you know, and just make sure that we're taking care of ourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. And all this man said to me, I'm good, I'm fine, I'm okay. It's like, I'm gonna be all right, Sean, but I'm gonna do exactly what you want me to do. I'm going to take care of myself, and I'm gonna check up on myself as well. Well, just 2 months later, unfortunately, my brother is no longer here. He passed away in his sleep at 55 years old, and I know you guys could imagine how that traumatic loss has made my family as well as myself and his friends feel. It is a huge loss. We're all very, very much shocked about the whole ordeal. We're holding on with the support and the love of my family and friends and the guidance and the comfort and the healing of God. I'm able to sit here in front of you today, because I thought I was going to shut down my life at least for another couple of months. But I said I have to show up. My brother was my biggest supporter. He loved everything that I was doing with Your Our Unity. He wanted to make sure that he could be of help in any way that he could. And he definitely did by helping me with the prom drive. He was the brawn, actually. He would come in and he would monitor how everything was being done and set up and broken down. I didn't realize the last event that I did that the young man that was helping him, he was pouring into that young man. He was asking him questions about his future, what he hoped for, what his dreams were, telling him the path that he should take, and also instilling in him just greatness for his life. I was so impressed to hear his mom tell my friend Savvy, who's also my partner in the prom drive, that my brother took the time to pour into her child. That's exactly who that man was. He poured into our family. He poured into his friends. He never had children, but he had 3 amazing godsons that he loved dearly. And he made sure that he was there for every last one of them. My brother used to love to talk about the past. I used to hate it. I was like, why are you always talking about things that happened 25, 30, 50 years ago? And I realize now that those were the most important times of his life, and he never wanted to forget those memories. I never could understand why he could just remember every single detail. But now in his passing, I realized that it's so important that we hold on to those moments that were the most happiest and the most joyful in our lives. I'm gonna miss him telling me those stories now, even though I used to get so tired of hearing them over and over again and repeat. He also loved to video chat everyone. That man kept in touch with everyone. Every week, he made sure that he kept in touch with you. My brother was also a Knicks fan. Oh my God, he loved all sports, but he was so ready for the Knicks to win the championship. That Saturday, unfortunately, my brother passed just before the Knicks game. He must have taken a nap, and he just never woke up. He never got the chance to see that his Knicks, that he's been waiting for since I'm sure he was born, to win the championship. And they finally did. So it's been so much going on in my life. I've been pressed with so many things, but I'm still going to continue to go on. I have to, because my brother would have wanted me to. And I know so many of you out there have lost someone so important in your life. And sometimes it's hard for you to move forward, and you're trying to find the strength and the energy and the might and the grit to do so. And I know that it can be hard, but sometimes in moving forward, we're honoring them. We're keeping their spirit alive. We're making sure that no one ever forgets who they are and the impact that they made on so many lives. And that's what I intend to do. I lost my father at 56. I lost my sister at 56. And now I lost my brother at 55. And it is so important to me now to make sure that not only their lives live on in my heart, but the Walker name lives on in the things that I do, the people that I touch. Your Our Unity's organization was built not only because I have that entrepreneurial spirit, but because I have the love and the kindness and just the compassion in my heart that was instilled in me from my family. And that's exactly who my brother was, and I want to make sure that I keep that going. So today's show is, and it's not going to be too much of a sad one, but it's called Love, Loss, and Legacy. The power of love that lives on. And I just wanted to share with you guys today a little about who my brother is. James Edward Walker Jr. was just an amazing man. To know my brother James, who I called Junior, and he hated it, oh my God, did he hate it, was to know a man whose quiet strength spoke louder than words. He possessed a calm spirit, a very generous heart, and a genuine love for people in his life. Whether through his smile, his sense of humor, or his unwavering loyalty to family and friends, Junior had a way of making people feel seen, welcomed, and very much appreciated. He was a devoted son, loving brother, caring uncle, very present godfather, cherished every family member, and a loyal friend. My brother believed that relationships really mattered. He understood the importance of showing up for those he loved, and his presence brought comfort, laughter, and strength to those around him. My brother embraced life with authenticity. He found joy in everyday moments, treasured time with family, celebrated life's victories, and faced its challenges with resilience. His life reminds us that true greatness is not measured by fame or fortune, but by the love we give, the kindness we extend, and the lives we touch along the way. Although my brother's earthly journey has come to an end, his story continues through every lesson he taught, every memory he created, and every heart he forever changed. His legacy is one of love, compassion, strength, and family, a legacy that will continue to inspire all who were blessed to know him. So today and every day, I want to celebrate not only the life my brother lived, but the love he shared. We all are going to honor his memory with gratitude, carry his spirit in our hearts, and commit ourselves to living in a way that reflects the values he embodied. I will make sure my brother will always be loved, forever remembered, and never forgotten, because his light lives on in each and every one of us that knew him. And that is my pledge and my hope. My brother always wanted to be on this show. I just was like, we need to find a perfect moment for you to come down. He was always working, and it was just, never an opportune time for him to make the time to be here. So I figured today would be the moment that I would have him on the show in a way that I thought would just honor and reverence his legacy. There's so much that I could say about him, but I want to talk to you more about what love, loss, and legacy actually means. So let's talk a little bit about love and what that actually means. The love that we have in our lives with the people that we know. I grew up in a household that was really about love. We may not have told each other every day that we did, and I'm sure a lot of you guys out there grew up in households where the love was not said, stated, but it was showed. It was shown in the way that your family members and your friends treated you. And that's exactly what it was in my household. We didn't get a whole bunch of I love you and I'm proud of you, and any of that. But what we did get was the support and the guidance that we need to be the people that we are today. As I mentioned, I grew up around a lot of diverse people as well, which has kind of shaped the person that I am. I'm that type of person that I love you for who you are and not what color you are, not where you're from and what zip code you live in. I didn't care about those things. Even when I was 5, 12, 17, it didn't matter. All of those things that I experienced as a child showed me that every person that I encountered, to me, was the same. We all aspired for the same things. We wanted happiness and joy in our lives. We wanted healthy families. We wanted success. We wanted good jobs. We wanted a nice home. Those are the things that I experienced growing up as a little girl. Me and my brother, as I mentioned earlier, were connected at the hip. Well into 7th or 8th grade, we were in the same class every year. The teachers never felt the need to separate us because we were like twins. He was the yin to my yang. And honestly, I couldn't see myself without him in my class because it gave me the opportunity to be able to lean on someone. Now, I'm older than him, only by a few months, but he really thought that he was older than me, and he was big at protecting me. Anytime someone was trying to make fun of LaShawn or joke around with Sean or tease LaShawn, my brother was there. And I did the same for him. I was a huge support to him as well. So as I mentioned, our childhood was really, really good. We both had great friends in our lives, friends that were from every nationality you could imagine. We built those bonds and enjoyed every last one of them. And we learned so much from the people that we encountered through our childhood. We also were very close. We used to play together. My brother taught me how to play baseball and football. I was a little tomboy when I was growing up because I had my brother who was right there with me trying to show me the ropes. He knew I wanted to be a girly girl, but in his little way, he wanted to treat me how to be street smart. And in doing so, he taught me things about the world that I otherwise would not have learned through my girlfriends. And I'm so happy that he did that. I'm sure you guys out there have some big brother or a little sister that sort of instilled things in you that still resonates with you today, that still helps you, guide you on your road and your path that you're on today. That was my brother. The things that he showed me and taught me, I'm going to remember for quite some time. And I'm so glad that I had those moments in my life with him to learn how to be a tomboy. Because I know now not to take no stuff from nobody. I know how to stand up for myself. And I also know how to fight if I need to get down with the get down. He taught me all of those things. And I'm so happy that I had that opportunity to learn and gain those things as we were growing up. My friends that I had in my life as well, they were his friends. I made sure that regardless of who I knew and what paths I crossed, I used to introduce them to my brother so that I don't know if I was actually doing it to see, make sure that he was approving of them, but just to make sure that he knew that the friends that I was gathering along the way were my family. Just as he was able to gather so many friends in his life along the way and turn them into family. I was able to see that at his service. The amount of people that showed up and everyone that spoke about how much they loved him and how he impacted them, the things that he shared and did for them. It was amazing because it made me realize that I am cut not too far from that cloth. Our unity is about that love and that compassion and that giving and that sharing and that serving. I just do it outwardly where my brother was doing it quietly. He never shared that with anyone. He just did it. And he did it so effortlessly. And I would like everyone out there, all of you out there who are watching and who have someone like that in your life, to make sure that you're also going to keep that going in honor of them. If you have a loved one in your life that was always giving back, that was always serving, take some time to become what they were. Take some time to give back in any way that you possibly can. I know that I got it from somewhere, and I knew my father and my mom was always out there helping others. So it's something that I will carry with me regardless for the rest of my life. But now I feel like I'm more challenged to do so because of what I just experienced. So the love of the people that are here, it is so important that we make sure that we love on them so very deeply. I know we have friends that we have ups and downs with, trials and tribulations, ebbs and flows. We're speaking one minute we're not. I know that we deal with all types of issues with the different relationships that we encounter throughout our lives. But it is so important that regardless of what we're going through with them, whatever problems and issues may arise, that you still show some love and kindness their way. Sometimes people just get on the wrong path. Everyone has challenges that they have to contend with. It's unfortunate sometimes that we become sort of the punching board for people who are not quite settled in who they are. And so that causes strife, that causes division, that causes issues within the relationships that you've built in your life. Even family. Sometimes it's harder to love your family than it is to love your own friends. But it is important that you maintain those strong bonds and relationships with your family, especially if you have a small family like mine. It's only a few of us. And I feel, honestly, since my brother's passing, that he just left me alone. It's just me and my mom now. But I'm going to make sure that I stay connected with those that, we haven't been in contact with for a very long time. That would be my cousins and my aunts and my uncles and everyone that moved away. There was a time when we were growing up that our mothers and fathers, the matriarchs and patriarchs of the family, made sure that we saw each other at least once a month. Whether it was a picnic or a barbecue, a birthday party, we got to see each other. And not just for funerals. We literally got to see each other, spend time with each other, and actually get to know each other and share in each other's stories and lives, victories, ups and downs. It was a beautiful time back in the 70s and 80s. Somewhere in the 90s, everyone kind of went their own way. And now that we're the age that we are now, we're just so disconnected. I want to challenge us all to try to stay connected with those that we love. You'll never know when their time will come. And so, as I mentioned, love on them deeply. Spend time with them. Give them a phone call. Check up on them. Video chat them. Do those things that my brother did. It is amazing to me how he literally etched out time every single week to make sure he checked in with everyone. Telling those old stories, catching up with the current events of the day, and making sure that he was pouring into them greatness and excellence, sharing with them what he thought their lives could be if they just put their minds to it, if they just took some time to just live the dreams that they had in them. That's what love is all about. It is showing up for one another. It is caring for one another. It is supporting one another. It is checking in on one another. And my brother did that so well. So I want to encourage every last one of you out there to do that. Take some time to get in contact, to stay connected with the ones that you love. Also, go back into the archives. Those friends that you had in junior high school and high school, if you can find them, locate them on Facebook, Instagram, the people that shaped who you are today in some fashion, I think that you should reach out to them as well. There's so many people from my past that I wish that I could stay or be in contact with today. And it's unfortunate that I've lost quite a few of them. So that's what I want to move on to now, is the loss. As you know, I mentioned I lost my brother just a couple of weeks ago. But I'm moving forward, and I'm shocked that I haven't shed a tear yet. But I think it's because, honestly, there's a part of me that is at peace. That part of me is at peace is because I know that my brother is in a better place. God is with him right now, or he's with God, rather. He is being loved on. He's being comforted. He's being just cherished the way that he was here. But now he's being cherished and loved on with the greats, as my cousin would put it. My brother is now up there with the greats. My aunts, my uncles, my father, my best friends, his best friends that passed away too soon. He's up there now enjoying life the best way that he possibly can. And he's also my angel. I still talk to him like he's here. I'm still keeping his spirit alive in me every single day. And although it is sad, and although I am deeply hurt, I am making sure that I don't grieve him in a way that's unhealthy. I know I've shared with you a couple of times, guys, I've lost quite a few people in my life. And all of those people just sort of instilled in me so much that made me who I am today. I've lost my best friends. I've lost, like I mentioned, my father, my sister, my aunt, all of these people who I love dearly, and some of them at a very, very, very young age. My friends who I've lost, which I can name 10 off the rip, I lost all within 40 years and 49 years of age. And all of them had a huge impact on who I am and what I'm doing today. And I miss them so very much. There was a time when I lost these people that I would grieve them so severely that I was no good to myself or the people around me. Everyone grieves differently, and grief comes in waves and flows. What I became was isolated. What I became is depressed. What I became is self-deprecating. I was always just not in the mood to deal with anything but the task at hand. Yeah, I was going to work. Yeah, I was taking care of my daughter, but I wasn't doing it with joy, with expectation, with purpose. I was kind of just living. And I know a lot of you out there who have experienced a traumatic loss in your life has probably done the same thing. Isolate yourself from the world, depressing and not taking care of yourself, not living healthy, spiritually or emotionally. It's not good for our psyches, it's not good for our physical being, and it's definitely not good for our emotional and mental well-being as well. So it took some time for me to realize that, and a lot of them, especially my dad, who I grieved for quite a few years, I realized it wasn't serving me. It took some time for me to wake up from that sadness, but when I finally did, joy just came in the morning. I realized finally that everything that my father represented in my life didn't really totally go away. Maybe his voice, his presence, his physical being, but he was still with me in every sense of the word. Down to my very best friend, Sandy, who was also my business partner, who I feel I lost too soon as well. That friend was helping me build Sandwalker LLC, the business that sort of is the umbrella for Our Unity. It was me and her against the world. And when she passed away, I was just waiting to go down the rabbit hole of depression and sadness and isolation. But I refused to do it. Instead, I took the bulls by the horn and I decided I'm going to use her as my angel and my spiritual guide. And I was going to move forward in the things that we dreamed of, the things that we hoped for, to leave a legacy for our family and our children, which I thought was so important. The emotional journey after losing someone is very hard. And I know everyone sort of tackles the path differently. I'm just hoping that if you're out there suffering from a loss, that you're making sure that you're doing it in a healthy fashion. Make sure that you're grieving, make sure that you're mourning your loss, but not grieving your loss, which is two different things. Yes, you're going to miss your loved one. Yes, you're going to feel like you don't want to move forward, but you have to find that strength to lean on the Lord and also lean on the love that you had for that person and all that they taught you, all that they instilled in you, all that they wanted for you. because that's really what was able to get me through the losses that I've experienced. Is because I know that every last one of them wanted the best for me. And if they could be here, oh my God, they would be living beautiful, happy, thriving lives. And how dare I live in sadness and depression? That's how I started to look at it after a while. Before, it was just the emptiness of not having them here. It was the sadness of I can't call them and the sadness of I can't see them. But then once I realized that they were in a better place and that they're still my angels here on earth, it gave me fire. It gave me energy. It gave me the desire to want to live for them. So we all know that there's no right way or wrong way to grieve. And we know that we're all going to experience this at some point in our lives. But let's just make sure that we're doing it in a way that will just hopefully bring some sort of peace to our lives, knowing that the things that they did for us is going to continue to carry us on. So yeah, you're going to cry, you're going to be upset, and of course, you're going to miss them deeply. But make sure you do not do it in a way that's going to stop you from living, because they would not have wanted that for you. Loss is hard, but living sometimes could also be harder without them. So let's just make sure that we remember those great times that you shared with them, those moments, those memories, those things that will never go away, the voices of them. You make sure that you remember those things so that you can continue to carry on. Because that's exactly what I'm doing. All I keep hearing my brother say for the last couple of weeks is, I love you. And that's what he used to say every time he was hanging up the phone or he was leaving in a car, wherever he was going away, wherever he was going, he made sure to say that he loved you. He made sure to share with you how much he cared about you. So let's try to keep their love alive in us by remembering those beautiful things that they shared with us. And it could be something as simple as their voice. With me, it's going to be his towel that he made my mother bring to New York, honestly. He wanted her to ship it to him because she lives in Virginia. He was like, the Knicks are in the playoffs and I need to make sure that I have my towel so that I can cheer them on. So now this is my towel that I'm going to carry with me forever, because it says, I still believe. And I still believe that my brother is with me. I still believe that my brother is guiding me. And I still believe that my brother is so happy and proud of me. And I'm going to make sure that I continue to show him the love in the things that I do. So giving ourselves permission, because sometimes people might find it hard that after they've lost somebody, they could put a smile on their face, they can laugh, they can have fun again. No, I think that they would really, really respect and enjoy seeing you being happy again. They're in heaven with God and their loved ones, but they're watching you, watching over you. And they want to see that joy ever bursting in your heart. They want to see the laughter. They want to see the happiness. And they understand seeing the crying as well. It's important that we get that out also. My husband actually said to me the other day, because I was like, I just can't stop crying. And he was like, it's good to cry. And it is good to cry because you're getting those tensions and those emotions and those things that are hindering you from feeling happy and feeling sad and feeling glad out. You're making sure that you're letting it all pour from you. And that's what crying enables you to do. And that's what I've honestly been doing for the last couple of weeks. See, I'm having my moments now. I keep a smile on my face because I'm remembering the good times, but I do have my moments that I just break down, and it's fine. And you should all know that it is fine. But don't stay stuck in that sadness. Make sure that you find some time within those tears, to just laugh a little, to chuckle, to feel happy about the relationship that you did share with that person for how many ever years it was. Because that's what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to live on without the guilt of having a smile on my face, without the guilt of I didn't answer that last phone call, without the guilt of laughing when someone makes a joke. You can't live your life in that manner. You have to make sure that you live according to God's will for your life. People will be taken from us, probably far too early than we would wish. But the fact is that there is a way for us to move on in a healthy manner. So after the loss, grieve in the way that you need to, but don't stay stuck in that grief. Make sure that you move on, honoring them in the way that you live. So that's what I want to move on to now, is the legacy that we leave behind for our loved one, the impact that we make, the love we share, the memories that will live on. The legacy that we share with the people, for the people that we love. As I mentioned earlier, the legacy that I have for my dad, that I want to make sure that I continue, is his entrepreneurial spirit. I'm married, so my last name is actually Ellis. But I love to continue to use the name Walker. Why? Because I want to make sure that that name lives on in everything that I do, everything that I touch, everything that Your Unity stands for. I want it to be ingrained in the Walker legacy. I want to make sure that people know where I come from, why my heart is the way that it is, why I hold such compassion and love for others, is because of the way I was born. Not only what God put in me, but what my father put in me. It is so important that people know LaShawn Walker first, because that's who I was first. So the legacy that I yearn to leave for the Walker family is that of love, of peace, of unity. That is how Our Unity was born, actually, because I knew that there was something that was deeply rooted within me that I needed to share with the world. And I couldn't do it with a product. I couldn't do it with just merchandise. I couldn't do it with just words. I could only do it with actions. And my actions is how I move in what I do and in what I say. It is how I love and it's how I give. And that's what I wanted to share with the world through the Walker legacy. And though it's going to be an emotional journey now, also carrying the legacy of my best friend Sandy and all of my other friends as well who loved me and supported me. But now it is the legacy of my brother who gave so much to so many. My brother who loved everyone the same, if not more, than himself. My brother who made sure that he checked in on everybody all the time. I didn't realize that he had that much love whelped up inside of him, that he was even sharing it with strangers. So the legacy that I desire to move forward for him is to just make sure that Our Unity is exactly what we planned. I used to talk to him about my ideas, and he was like, oh my gosh, Sean, I love it. Just tell me how I could support it. What do you need? How can I help you? He even gave me a million ideas that would actually help bolster the legacy of Our Unity, help bring others along on the journey, make sure that we made a footprint in the sand, making sure that we showed everyone out there that no matter who you are, what you look like, where you're from, and what you need, that Our Unity is there for you. There to support you, there to serve you, and there to show you the love and compassion that you so richly deserve. He was a big, big supporter in so many ways, telling so many people about what I'm doing. He watched my show regularly. He even gave me critiques. Sometimes I liked them, sometimes I didn't. He was going to ask me why I got this on, why I'm wearing that. I didn't care. It's just the fact that he was watching it that meant so much to me. And I'm so happy that now, I have even more of a reason to make sure that Your Our Unity is a huge success. I'm going to speak about him as often as I can. I'm going to talk to people about all the things that he's did for others, and he did it just with silence. He moved in so much silence. But everything that he did is actually the embodiment, is the true representation of what Your Our Unity is. And the legacy that I wish to leave behind is just that, to make sure that every last one of you out there also know why I am the way I am. And it's because of the people that I had in my life. I think it is so important that when people pass away, that we don't forget them. And the way that we don't forget them is by actually doing things in honor of them. Making sure that when we're walking throughout our day, whether we're working, whether we're playing, whether we're just having cool, calm conversations with strangers or people that we know, that we somehow inject the spirit of the people that we love into those moments. I know moving forward, there's going to be times that I'm talking to someone and I'm going to say, well, my brother used to, my father told me, Sandy and I, Tawana and I. Like, I want to be able to continue to keep their spirit alive in the things that I do and I say every single day. It is important that people see how you've been just affected by the wonderful people that you've had in your life. And I know so many of you have had some wonderful people in your life. People that have actually just uplifted you in a way or taught you things that you never would have learned from anywhere or anyone else. So why not make sure that even in their absence, that we make sure that we keep their spirit alive by talking about them, by sharing a story about them, by telling people about them, how they impacted the very person that you are today, what they taught you about life, about love, about the world. My brother could have a conversation of just about anything. And he thought honestly that he knew it all. He's kind of like my father in that way. And I just love the fact that we could debate and bounce things off of each other, conversations and the give and take of our discussions. It was truly amazing because it made me realize that we're making each other think just a little bit harder on topics that are very important. And I'm sure that you guys out there have people in your lives that you've experienced those things with as well. I'm gonna miss those spirited debates that I used to have with him. And yeah, he used to get on my nerves sometimes, and I know you guys have some family members and friends that get on your nerves, and you're hanging up the phone, and I'll talk to you later, and all of those things. But if you sit for a moment and you remember those good times, those great conversations, even the arguments were meant for a reason. They riled you up, they got you excited because it meant something to you. And that's how I feel right now. Those spirited debates, those little arguments, those things that used to get on my nerves, I yearn for them now because I know that they also were for my good. There was a reason for them, and I'm gonna miss them. So let's take the time as we love and receive loss, or experience loss, that we maintain the legacy of those that we've lost in our lives, those that we've loved in our lives. Let's make sure that we keep their spirit alive by uplifting others with the things that they've shared with us, the things that they've taught us, the things that they've showed us. I think it's so important that by living out a legacy of love and peace and unity it'll warm your heart. It'll make you feel like a better and a greater person. That's how I feel right now. I always knew that I had this bubble of love and joy inside of me, but now it is bursting from the seams because I have so many people now that are part of my life that are no longer here, that are rooting for me. and hoping that I share everything that they gave me with everyone that I encounter. And that is actually what my plan is, to do that every single day of my life. So though my brother is not here anymore, his legacy will forever live on. And though the people in my life who I've loved since I was a child are no longer here, I too will continue to keep their legacy alive by the way I move, what I say, how I talk, how I share, how I love, and the peace that I exude to and for others in this world. And I hope that you guys are hoping and wanting to do the same. So I have a quick question. If today was your last day, what would people remember? I want you to ponder that and think about that. I want people to remember the love that I was deeply, the compassion that I showed. I want people to remember that I was a good listener. I want people to remember that, yeah, I like to talk. Here, I have a show called Your Unity. But yeah, I want people to remember the goodness and my spirit. I want them to remember the God in me. So my question to you is, if today was your last day, what would you want people to remember about you? And also, I want us to think for a second, are we leaving behind, even with the loss of those in our lives, a feeling of peace or pain? I have decided to move in peace. There was a time when I lost someone, I was in pain. I refuse to live that way anymore. I want to have that peace and understanding that they're in a better place and that I'm grateful for the time that I've spent with them and I had with them, and I am blessed to have known them. And it is now my time to make sure that I show the world how they impacted my life by the way that I continue to live it with them not here. And I want you guys to do the same. And my next question is, how can we intentionally live a life that blesses others? Simple. Join your unity. Go out there and become a member. Become part of this movement. Be that person that is sharing peace, love, and unity with everyone that you encounter on a daily basis. Make sure that you're being compassionate to others. Make sure you are serving in any way that you possibly can. And trust and believe that will be a blessing in someone else's life. It truly, truly will. And then I want to know, in your lifetime, who changed your life simply by loving you? Your mother, your father, your aunt, your uncle, your grandparents? Who was it? Your friends? Who was it? Lean on that love. Pull on that love. Grab that love. Own it and live in it every single day. It is so important that we do. This world is ever changing. Things are getting harder. People are getting just morally bankrupt. So those that loved you, hold on to that love. It could be that breath of fresh air that you need every day to continue to move on. My next question is, what lesson from someone's loss do you still carry today? And what I carry is the love. The lesson of to love hard and love deep. Ask yourself that question. What lesson from someone you've lost do you still carry today? Hold on to it as well. Make sure that you're moving every day with it. Make sure that you're sharing whatever they've shared and taught you with those around you. I'm telling you, it will warm your heart, because then you will see that person in the people that you meet, the people that you encounter. You will see a semblance of them or the aura of them around them. And that's what I've been feeling the last couple of days. And what part of their spirit lives within you? the part of the spirit of the friends and family that I've lost that lives within me is my desire to want to love on the world the way no one else could. And I'm going to continue to do that until I depart. So I hope that is the desire of you guys as well, to make sure that once you're gone, that you're leaving a legacy of love that someone else is going to want to carry on for generations to come, because it is so important that we do so. We are only here for a short time. And for those that are blessed enough to live a very long, healthy life, it is even still more important that we show up for others in our world and in our life in a way that is going to make an impact on them, to ensure that they are carrying that on, to make sure that that legacy continues way past even your transition. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. And I also wanted to share that though my brother is no longer here, he will live on in the hearts of all of those that know and love him forever. So let's just say a final, I love you. You could put up the picture, to my brother, James Edward Walker Jr. He is a handsome man, isn't he? Isn't he handsome? I miss him so much. I love him so much. And I'm so glad that I got to spend the 55 years that I did with him. Oh, and by the way, any of you guys out there, again, and I'm only saying this because we're getting older, please check yourself out. Make sure you go to the doctor. Make sure you get your annual checkup. Make sure you're taking care of yourself in every way possible, mentally, physically, and spiritually. It is so important. We're not promised tomorrow, and anything can happen. And anything can happen. But let's make sure that we're putting our best foot forward to make sure that we're at least trying to ensure that we live a long life by the way that we take care of ourselves. It is so important that we do so. So I'd like to thank you guys so much for joining me in this conversation. I'm so happy that I was able to share a little bit about my brother, and more importantly, a lot about my heart and my life and the reason why Our Unity exists. It is because of the wonderful people that shaped the person that I am. And my brother was definitely one of them. And I'm going to miss him so dearly. So now I challenge you to the Dare to Be You. Dare to be you, because life is too precious to leave your love unspoken, your purpose undiscovered, or your legacy unfinished. Honor those who came before you by living with compassion, courage, and intention. Let every day be a reflection of the love you've received and the love you choose to give. In doing so, their light continues to shine through you. And that's exactly what I've been trying to share with you guys today, is to dare to be you. You make sure that you continue to move in a way that will honor those that are no longer here. Thank you. To honor those that are no longer here. Make sure that you are that beacon of light for others so that they can move forward even in their loss and their sadness and their grief. Make sure that you're showing up every day with the peace and the unity and the compassion that so richly is embodied in you. You make sure that you're our unity. And trust and believe others in the world will gravitate towards you and want to be that peace and that love as well. Because, as I mentioned every time I end the show, peace and love is in the palm of our hands. So, yeah, I just wanted to share that. Make sure that you remain the light. So, before I go, I wanted to share with you guys some exciting news. Our Unity is not just on Cablevision Channel 20 every Sunday at 4 p.m. We are also on We are also now on Bronx Neck TV. Yes, we are in the Boogie Down, my friends and family. And if you see the times, I believe that's Sunday. I can't really see, but at 5:30. And we're on Optimum and we're on Fios. Yes. And we're also on and in Manhattan at Manhattan Neighborhood Network. And we're on Sundays at 2 p.m. on Fios and Spectrum. And we are also just recently on Brooklyn. We're in Brooklyn, spreading love the Brooklyn way on Brick TV. We're on Brooklyn Free Speech TV now every second and fourth Wednesday at 12 p.m. and 5 p.m. And then the replays will be on Saturday at 12 and 5 p.m. We're also there on Spectrum, Optimum, and Verizon. I am so excited for the fact that Your Our Unity is branching out. We are hitting all neighborhoods, all boroughs. We're definitely going to hit the world very, very soon, ladies and gentlemen. So I'd like to thank you all for just being a part of this amazing journey and also supporting me in the way that you have. It is truly, truly amazing, and it is not going, I guess, unknown, unrealized. I see you out there, and I so appreciate every single last one of you. So I want to thank you for being a part of this amazing journey that I'm on. I will have, more importantly, like to thank you for tuning in to another fabulous episode of Your Our Unity, where I spoke about my amazing brother and all that he's done, and love, loss, and legacy, and how we can be the people that are making sure those that we've lost keep their spirit alive in everything that we do. Please tune in to another fabulous episode of Your Our Unity in 2 weeks, and remember that peace and love is in the palm of our hands. So let's go out there and be some love, share some love, and just walk in love. We'll see you soon. I love you. Have a good night. Thank you.